So today I just wanted to go over some of my quick thoughts on the new 2D mainline Mario game that was revealed last Wednesday in the Nintendo Direct, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I want to just go over what I thought, my initial impressions and such. Uh, I think it looks, really, really interesting, especially considering um, there's been this it's been like a 10-year gap between the last new 2D uh, mainline Mario game, which was New Super Mario Bros. U, uh, and it just New Super Mario Bros. Wonder just looks really different and unique, and I like what they're doing with the different um, power ups and the levels, and of course um, the most notable difference, the most notable change from the new Super Mario Brothers U game um, is just the art style and the character animation. A lot of people were kind of tired of the style they were going for the new Super Mario Brothers games that lasted from like 2006, 2012. A lot of people were tired of the style they were using and just the look of the games overall. So I'm glad that Super Mario Bros. Wonder just looks really different and unique in that regard, and just some of the changes they made. The happiest, I think one of the best changes is that the timer's now gone. So you don't have a limited amount of time to complete a stage. So that sort of indicates to me that maybe there'll be more exploring to do, or the stages themselves will just be a little bit longer, which is interesting. So interesting to see what they do with that. And just overall, just this central mechanic that they showed off of the whole Wonder Flower and the various things it does to stages and stuff like that. Just of course, again, just seems super interesting and new and different. And I'm, if there are a lot of stages in the game, and I think what it seems like they're trying to do is just be unexpected, right? So every stage just has, at one point you get a thing, and then you just have this entirely new gimmick or event that's happening. So I'm just excited to see what they do with that. And I think there's just so much stuff they could do with all those things and mechanics and whatever. The past couple of 2D Mario games have been good. I think the new Super Mario Brothers games are all very I would call them just competent games. Like New Super Mario Brothers U, I quite like. I think it's a pretty great game. It's just they had sort of done such similar things for so long that people just got understandably super tired of that. And I'm glad that Wonder looks to be just pushing in an entirely different direction and stuff like that. In terms of other things I'm wondering about, Yoshi is playable and he seems like different than the other characters in the way he operates. So I'm wondering how like power-ups work with him, or if it's like a different system of health entirely. So that's one thing I'm wondering about. And again, like I said, just the thought of what they're doing with this in terms of mechanics, and just how every stage has this one part, this one bit that will just change the stage entirely or add something. And it's just going to be super interesting to see what they do with that, because I feel like their goal is to just make it as unexpected as possible and different for every single stage. So there's just so much they could do with that. Just there's just so much they could do with that with that mechanic. So it's pretty great. And I think the other thing is to, Nintendo a lot of the times will have sort of, like the first trailer of a game will show off the concept and what sort of the main draw is, and then we'll get a second trailer and it just show off a bunch more things and a bunch more stuff. And this first trailer was already, had a lot of stuff in it and was like super interesting and super packed with stuff and stuff to speculate about. So this second trailer that we're eventually going to get at some point is just, it's going to be like crazy. Like, I feel like there's still a lot of mechanics that they haven't talked about. There's stuff like the purple coins and what they do and what they're used for that we don't have an explanation for what those things do. So, it just feels like there's just a ton of stuff that they could do with this concept, and it's going to be just super interesting, to see what they do, because it's like they could just go anywhere. It's just weird, and that's the other thing too. It's just great that it looks so weird. Not just kind of just like super weird looking and trippy and all over the place, and that's pretty great. I like it when Nintendo does weird stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one. Yeah, pretty excited. It should be good. It should be very good. Yeah, that's what I think. Bye.